Hello, welcome to, I nearly said welcome to another heat wave. Welcome to another vlog. Yes, there's a lot to talk about with the heat wave. I mean, the main point I want to make is that I've had friends in Australia saying to me, oh my God, it was 40 in Brighton. It must have been awful. It wasn't 40 in Brighton. By the sea, it was 35 max. Still breaking records. I've never known it so hot in Brighton, but the difference being we have a breeze here, and we went to the beach, Jack and I, terribly early, 8 o'clock, 7:30, 8 o'clock. All the other dog walkers were down there then, and we'd get our dogs in the sea and have a little swim and then be back indoors by 9. So I managed the heat wave very well, apart from one day when it was just unbearable and we both sat in front of the fan literally all day. Jack found it quite tough being a black dog and an old dog, but he loved being on the beach. Oh yes, I think I've got some footage of him playing pebbles. Look, I've never seen so many people on the beach at 8:30 in the morning. Now the reason being that most of us, whoops, sorry if I made you feel sick, have brought our dogs down because it's cooler, and the beach is relatively empty compared to how it will be later on. This is the only beach, and the next one, where we can get into the sea because it's low tide, loads of groins. So everyone's out here early. Jack, are you loving it? He's absolutely loving it. Look at him. 15 years old. He was panting 7 o'clock this morning. Pant. Should we go home now, darling? So, a heat wave in England. This is what we get up to. Early. People bringing their babies down early, I assume. And it's madness to come out here when it's going to be 27 at midday or whatever. 30 in a couple of days. Anyway, more later. He still loves playing pebbles, funny old man. Anyway, it's been a lovely couple of weeks, and thank you for letting me have last Sunday off. I'll tell you why I really needed it when we get to that bit of the vlog. But first of all, I went to see Dahlia. I went to Chichester, where we were going to see a play that we'd booked like 2 years ago. You know why. And the weather was gorgeous, and I was able to go swimming again the next day. I won't show you that because you've seen me swimming enough time. I got Dahlia in. She's never been in that sea, and she's lived in Portsmouth all her life. So that was one good part of the heat wave. That, well, it wasn't that hot, but it was certainly hot enough. So here's a little bit from Chichester. You'll see, if you follow me on Instagram, it is the same thing again, the same video with me holding my arms up to disguise the wrinkly, flabby arms. However, this one's a tiny bit longer. So I hope you enjoy our little spell in Chichester, including the new ivy there. I just wanted to show you, because it's summer, so look, no petticoats. It has got lining. But this little dress, to encourage everyone to stop buying new clothes, I got this in Australia. It's vintage, original, and I think it's from America. And it's been in my cupboard for about 8 years, and I'm wearing it. And I'm not happy about the arms, but the secret is, or Dahlia's saying they're fine, is to always stand like this or stand like this. I've decided when I'm on the beach, I'm going to get out of the water like this. My top tip for the day. We had a lovely lunch at the Ivy as well, didn't we? Dahlia's still giggling. We had a lovely lunch. Gorgeous. And now we're off to the theatre. Probably can't film in there. More later. We've got a tennis ball at the Ivy. Here's your friend Dahlia. Say hello to your fans.
Hi guys.
Tell them what we're doing.
We're at the Ivy in Chichester, and then we're going to see the Unfriend
I better get closer because they won't hear you.
Festival Theatre. It's supposed to be excellent.
We'll tell you after.
Yes.
This is the Minerva Theatre at the Chichester Theatre. Dahlia and I, when we were at school together...
We were in a convent.
What's unflattering like? We were in a convent. Guess who were the two naughtiest? Us two. And they used to bring us to the Chichester Theatre. And I fell in love with Royal Hunt of the Sun by Peter Shaffer. And who else did we see? Very cultural school.
Who do you win?
I don't remember who. I slept all the way through Othello.
Midsummer Night's Dream.
Didn't see that. I saw that at... Anyway, very famous theatre.
Yeah, it's not very flattering, is it? Wouldn't believe that.
Awful light. But anyway, we can't... we can't film anymore. Bye-bye. Well, yes, Unfriend. A very funny comedy, but weirdly, the first half, Dahlia and I hardly smiled at all, and we were actually not convinced we'd enjoy the second half. The first half, everybody was laughing except us, just didn't find it funny. Too slapstick. Second half, I was crying with laughter. There was some very toilet humour, English toilet humour at its best. Policemen wanting to use their loo. It was hysterical. Anyway, so if you get the chance to see Unfriend, thoroughly recommend it, and you may find it as funny as we did. So bear with it if you don't find the first half funny. And then what happened? Oh yes, then the next day, lunch at my favourite place, Bryony, on the beach, and swimming in the sea. Right, this is unique. Dahlia in the English Sea. She's going to run in and scream. I won't put all this on. No. I just don't want to miss anything. How are you going to get in without beach shoes? Oh, I'm tough. I'm Dahlia. Go on, do her.
I'm doing this. No bingo wings.
Go on, get in. Top tip for today, get those shoulders under the water and then you will acclimatise. She's screaming.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Now doesn't it feel better? See?
Okay, action.
Stripping time, right, girls and boys. You heard me muttering about back fats, and it's not that bad. It's if it's tight. So I got a Tankini so that I can get my tummy warm. So bottoms from, I'll put it all below, and top from John Lewis. Isn't it? I haven't tested it in the water yet. And shoes, you always ask, so I'll put those below because they're waterproof. How does it look? Right, shoulders under. God, it's cold. It's no warmer than a month ago. Stop. 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, 6,000, 7,000, 8,000, 9,000. I'm going to do this for a minute so you can turn it off now. Thank you. And then it was back home briefly, and then it all started again. Because, you know, I had the opening of the Ivy Asia the week before. Well, the week after Portsmouth, it was first of all, I met a friend I haven't seen for ages. I invited Stephen to come with me to an event all about white wine. I'll put the details below for you. But it was at the new Soho House in Brighton. So great excitement for those who know Soho House. It was very nice to be right on the beach at a fairly sophisticated do. So the next day, I then had to schlep up to London, knowing that it was going to be the hottest few days ever. And I was staying in Richmond upon Thames. Now, spoiler alert, I didn't know, because I haven't got Apple TV, that this is where Ted Lasso, that really famous series, was made. So I've started watching that. So you're going to have a little look round Ted Lasso country. I only found that out because we were sitting for dinner in Richmond, and the two guys next to us, the only reason they were there was because of Ted Lasso, because they're from America. Ted Lasso. Anyway, the first thing I did was go out to Petersham, well, Richmond on Thames, but it's the Petersham Hotel. So I'm going to show you all round there. And then I went to my agent's summer party. I think I've done an intro for that. I actually went swimming in the actual River Thames. It was that hot. I met my best friend from television days on the Friday night, and we had drinks by the river and then dinner at another Ivy. I haven't got shares in this. I really should have. Well, what luck. How jammy am I? It was my agent's party last night for the talent, as apparently we're called. So here's a little bit from last night. So this is what I was wearing last night and tonight, and this is my agent's summer party. And this is Socks the Fox in balloons. And the naughty girl behind the camera gave me a snap short. I was only on the beer. I was going to be so sober tonight.
Just one shot.
I love the fact that everyone's got balloons on their head. But for some strange reason, well, it's part of my do I want to move back to London vibe, I decided to stay in Richmond on the Thames because I thought, well, maybe one day I'd like to move back to London, but it's got to be green and it's got to be by the water. So I'm staying in Richmond, so I'll show you the hotel and where I'm trying to find some wild water swimming in the Thames. This is the very impressive Petersham Hotel. A little bus ride or a nice decent walk from the centre of Richmond. I'll show you the views now. Trust me to pick the hottest, well, not quite the hottest, but certainly very hot couple of days to do it. I have to say, I completely changed my mind about moving back after my journey across town, literally from West London to the city. Oh my God, the trains, it all went horribly wrong. It took an hour and a half. Could have done it from Brighton in that time. And then I came back by tube, which was very jolly. There were people singing.
Opposite Richmond, as your house Richmond. Oh, okay, so it's really lovely. I'm just a bit locked out with the new lock on our gate. I really know the landlady. She's still awake. Really is the market. Oh, so you're not. I'm on the lookout for a house.
Drunk, but happy drunks. That took an hour door to door. So unbelievable. I won't be moving back. However, it is a delightful place to stay rather than central London in this heat. So I'm now taking you on the river walk to try and find if there is actually swimming. Well, I know there is, but will it be safe enough for me? Also, it's not that hot yet. It's well past 9, but there's a chill in the air. It's going up to 25 later, so it's not lasting. And I'm meeting my best friend from my days working in television tonight. So more partying. Can't wait to see her. You will see her later. That man there frightened the life out of me, creeping along behind me. However, it is safe, very safe. I came back at midnight. It was very safe. I didn't walk back to the hotel though. Anyway, look at this. Look how yellow the grass is in England. It's not a green and pleasant land at the moment. Look, cows. Right, I can see people and cars and boats. So I'm nearly at the river. Maybe, I came a long way round, maybe that's where the swimming is. We shall soon see. Yes, that's another reason I forgot why I moved down to Brighton. I lived very near here for many years. Those planes were very noisy. Anyway, we'll be there in a minute. Well, the doggies are swimming. I wonder if any humans are. I'm going to ask. Definitely going to paddle at the very least. Noisy boy, isn't he? So, as you can see, I got in the river and had a little swim. It was very warm compared to the sea in Brighton and clean. I got a chap to take a photo of me. I thought the video might go wrong. And anyway, you've seen me swimming enough times. I did have a little swim and his grandkids got in. And double whammy, unbelievable. He used to live in Chiswick like me. He's downsized like I want to. And he knows my goddaughter and, of course, my goddaughter's mum. What a tiny world, eh? Look at this. We call this a Twitton in East Sussex. It's just a narrow alleyway. I'm on my way to Petersham Nurseries, which you, if you're a Londoner, you'll know all about, because I've never been.
We have the chicken shop and the restaurant where we were at the beginning. So here we sell.
How beautiful. Quick look at one of my thinnest summer dresses. That's how hot it is. I got this in Australia. It's vintage, many years ago. And here's the room. Bathroom's a bit of a mess. They've been in and cleaned. But as you know, I've been swimming in the river. So very nice. The Petersham Hotel. Thoroughly recommend. It's far enough out of Richmond to be lovely and quiet and peaceful. They do have rooms overlooking the Thames. I'm overlooking a forest because I asked for a very quiet room. So no road noise. But as you can hear, plane noise. I slept very, very well though. And Americans, alert, there is no aircon here. Insufferable in the summer. I had the fan on my face all night, but I did sleep well. It's a bit grey, but it's very humid. And I'm waiting for my friend, Jo, her nickname's Squash, don't ask, who I haven't seen for 2.5 years. That bridge there, when I lived in St Margaret's, I used to walk across that bridge to get to Richmond regularly. This is Jo, my bestest friend from TV days, who I haven't seen for 2.5 years. Why are you called Squash? I can't remember.
I'm called Squash because I was squashy as a child. Probably still squashy now.
I love it.
Very sad.
Right, back to our drinkies to celebrate.
Shit.
What a pretty hotel to come back to late at night. I've had a brilliant catch up with my friend Jo, otherwise known as Squash. It's gone 11, so we had a very long, well, we had a lot to catch up on. Anyway, time for bed. Just a little look round Richmond. I'm not going to do the main walkways, just a little interesting places and alleyways. Yeah, it's a bit gorgeous, isn't it? I guess this is Richmond. I don't know, Richmond Green? I used to live over the river. Can't remember. And what I didn't know, because I don't have Apple TV, is that Ted Lasso, the series, was filmed all around Richmond. So for those who've seen it, and I really must see it, here's more of Richmond. And finally, it's a shortish one, but I will be back next week. Film review next week. Oh, it's a good one. Right, just to finish off, because not all of you are on Instagram, I'm going to end with the minute, what I do every Monday for Instagram. It's called Monday Mindfulness. It's like a little Monday meditation. It's all natural sounds, no music. Well, I did a minute of the River Thames, and I think you'll love it because it's so beautiful. But no, that is not Jack. There is a black, very energetic spaniel on there, and people seem to think it's Jack. There's no way at the age of 15 I would take Jack up to hot, stinky London on escalators and on trains and things. He was very happily ensconced with his dog sitters. So I'm going to leave it there, my darlings. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Ting the bell, pass me on. We're nearly at 18,000. I would love to get up to 20,000. Please help me. And let me know what you want more of. I'm going to do a few household tips next week. I'm sorry, I haven't done any fashion. I'm not wearing anything fashionable. Just my normal shorts and my favourite top from Australia, because we have Australian weather. Look, no! Vest underneath, yay! I love summer. All right, my lovelies, thank you so much. Enjoy this little bit of meditation and love all your comments, and see you next week.